You're coming with me.
All right, that's what I like to hear, man. Trek and Duncan, two stalwart friends off on a whirlwind big city adventure. I love it. Board coming online. We got scaries coming out.
Indeed.
Never had any adventures or did anything unexpected.
If you're referring to the incident with the dragon, I was barely involved. All I did was give your uncle a little nudge out of the door.
Like my story?
No, not your story, a story. Since you can't keep your mouth shut long enough for me to read my paper, tell me a story.
I don't think I know any stories.
You don't know any stories?
For the first time, let me now unveil Xbox.
Together. It's good to laugh at gravity together. Amp 2, rated E for everyone. It's good to play together.
It's time to control time with Blink and the power to record. Activate record to tackle obstacles with the blinks you previously recorded. Use record because the plural of Blink is still Blinks. Blinks, rated everyone.
For time control, there's no power greater than X.
I'm the Slayer, and you're history. You never should have walked into my sleigh ground.
Rated T for T.
My name's Jack. Dead to rights.
Numbered, overpowered, and they've got you cornered. That's when you realize your last best hope is you. Halo, Combat Evolved, rated M for mature.
We will continue my campaign against the humans.
No enemy has ever withstood our might.
Chief, we're running out of time.
I need a weapon.
Moving out, come on,
What have they to say now?
Hello, creatures. Our world needs you. The time is now. Let us team up. Let us power up. And maybe even blow up. And stink up.
Tulip people!
Bad world.
Monsters Odyssey rated D for teen.
Don't have the fifth freedom. The right to spy, destroy, and eliminate. To ensure that American freedoms are protected. I am Sam Fisher. I am a Splinter Cell.
And those of you who fight well, you will find yourselves on the path to becoming international secret agents. In other words, psychonauts!
What if every choice you made changed the way you look and how people see you? Would you shun evil and lead a life of virtue? Become a righteous hero? Decide your destiny. Fable, for every choice, a consequence. Rated M for mature.
Wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round. And you're the guy under the bus.
End of the line. Come on, get out. Jerome Bettis has his game on. Do you? Madden NFL 2003.
If it's in the game,
EA Sports. It's in the game.
There is good, and there is evil. We all have within us the capacity for both. But in the end, a final question remains. Which side are you on? In an epic struggle between light and dark, choose your path and seal the fate of the galaxy. Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, rated T for teen. For saving the galaxy, there's no power greater than X.
G Game Master 16.
Hey Game Masters, this is G Game Master 16 where the chill rate is 100. Wow, it is amazing the subscriber count is getting up there, and that is very exciting. I might do a celebratory stream for building a larger community and build more connections to you guys. For that to happen, make sure to keep subscribing, watch my videos to the end, and share my videos to beat the YouTube algorithm. Last note, most of you are not subscribed, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like, and share the video. Alright, let's get to the Xbox. The Xbox is the most recognizable console in America and is Microsoft's first attempt to get into the game and console business. The famous game franchises that originated from the Xbox library are Halo, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic or KOTOR for short, and Conquer, Live and Reloaded. As it turns out, Microsoft saw Sony PlayStation and Nintendo competing for the best console and said, hey, why don't we get in on some of that action? The Xbox was the pioneer for LAN parties and first-person shooters by the late 2000s, as it helped many players make many connections online and to have fun. There was a vision from the designers of the original Xbox to make it fair to player and to make sure they have the best gaming experience as possible. If you have a favorite moment trash talking in game chat rooms and beating your opponents, drop a comment on this video below. With all that said, let's address the Xbox origins and its impact on the future of gaming. In its origins, 4 engineers in 1998 from the DirectX team at Microsoft, Kevin Batches, Seamus Blackley, Ted Hayes, and team leader Otto Burks, were disassembling Dell laptop computers to develop a Windows-based game console. The DirectX team was more focused creating the Windows-based console to compete with Sony's PlayStation 2, but it lured the game developers away from the Windows operating systems. Then, they went to Ed Fries, the leader of Microsoft's game publishing business at the time, pitched their DirectX box based on DirectX graphics technology developed by Burke's team. To their surprise, Fries went along with their idea for a new console based on Windows DirectX. Originally, the console was named the DirectX box, but was shortened to the familiar name Xbox, and the marketing team for Microsoft initially did not like the name. They listed many other alternative names, including Xbox on the list during focus testing, and it turns out, consumers chose Xbox as the official product name. This was made after collaborating with Sega to port Windows CE to the Sega Dreamcast. Microsoft then delayed the console, While it was mentioned in late 1999 in interviews with Bill Gates, the then CEO of Microsoft, he stated he wanted the system to be the platform of choice for the best and most creative game developers in the world. Bill Gates introduced the Xbox at the GDC, Game Developer Conference in 2000, while the Sega Dreamcast is decreasing in sales and the PlayStation 2 is going on sale in Japan. Microsoft also focused on making a big impact with the Xbox in Japan, while Microsoft delayed the European release even though over there it was more anticipated. Preparing for the launch, Microsoft acquired Bungie and had the iconic game Halo Combat Evolved as a launch title. Going back to the GDC, where Bill Gates showed an early prototype build of the Xbox and a series of demos showcasing the hardware in San Jose, California in March 2000.
It's our standard Microsoft gamepad.
Yeah.
So I'll. You have to tell me how much you want to see. Just zooming in here and some stuff. And now I'm going to get the butterflies in.
It easily impressed developers with the hard drive and the Etherport and appealed to them with easy-to-use development tools. When they got ready for the launch of the Xbox worldwide, Microsoft acquired many game studios like Bethesda and Tecmo by convincing them that the technology of the Xbox is superior to the PS2, having titles such as The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind and Dead or Alive 3 as Xbox exclusive. How cool is that? That decision led to Halo becoming a launch title and a driver of sales for the console. Then, the Xbox was officially revealed to the public by Gates and professional wrestler Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, well, when he was still popular, at the Computer Electronics Show on January 3rd, 2001.
Thank you, Rock. I'm very flattered myself.
By creating Windows in 1983, a multitasking graphical user interface environment that runs on MS-DOS-based computers along with Windows NT and Windows 2000, completely self-contained operating systems that feature networking, symmetric multi-processing, multi-threading, and security. Bill, you've certainly revolutionized the technology we know today.
Microsoft announced the release dates and pricing at E3 2001, likely Halo and Dead or Alive 3. The unit's release got affected in November due to the September 11th attacks, and they shifted toward arranging ship units locally since Microsoft couldn't travel. The Xbox launched at midnight on November 15, 2001, 3 days before the launch of Nintendo's GameCube. A special event was held before the release at the grand opening of a Toys R Us store at Times Square in New York City, in which 1,000 systems were shipped to the store to kick sales off. Bill Gates was at the event, personally selling the first console, greeting people in line, and playing the Xbox launch games with the people at the display units.
One of those moments in your life you're never going to forget. Here we are, a huge line of gamers.
I go straight to the new Toys R Us, and I'm looking for the line. I'm prepared to stay there all day.
We worked with the city to open up the WWF restaurant across the street from Toys R Us Times Square, and that's where all the gamers came first.
They have Xbox consoles set up everywhere and test out all these games.
Bill wanted to be on site.
And then we were playing Fusion Frenzy, and Bill Gates made a comment that he had actually taken 2 weeks off of work just to practice this game. He wanted to beat the gamers.
Does anyone know what the shoot button is? A, I think. Stay? That's check.
He couldn't beat me. I absolutely took pleasure in beating Bill Gates, yes.
Thank you for this. waiting a long time.
Everybody got a tag on their wrist, and when your color was called, we brought you across the street to Toys R Us, and Bill was there to hand out the very first Xbox.
Tonight's kind of a celebration. It's after a lot of hard work.
So they count down. Bill Gates has it rung in on the register. Price is up there, $299.99.
5, 4, 3, 2.
One hits and he hands me the box and says, "Don't worry, I'm buying it for you," and raise my prized possession over my head.
Edward Glucksman became the first gamer in the world to ever own an Xbox. It was a magical night.
I'm a 20-year-old kid looking for a console. That's all I wanted to do.
The lifespan for the original Xbox lasted until 2005, and they came out with the Xbox 360 that has improved specs, but that is for another video. Now, let's briefly talk about the original Xbox itself. The console itself is a black box with one big black X across it, along with a green circle in the middle with the logo on it. There are 2 controller ports on each side of the power button, making it 4 in total on the front of the console. Along with the power button being in the front of the console, there is also the eject button to eject discs. To gloss over the specs of the console, the Xbox CPU is a 32-bit MHz, a custom Intel Pentium 3 Coppermine based processor. It has an 133 MHz 64-bit GTL plus front side bus with a 1.06 GB per second bandwidth. The system has 64 MB unified DDR SD RAM with a 6.4 GB per second bandwidth, of which 1.06 GB per second is used by the CPU and 5.34 GB per second is shared by the rest of the system. The bandwidth was limited, so it had a rate of 250 to 700 megapixels per second, with Z buffering, fogging, alpha bending, and texture mapping, giving a performance of 7.8 to 21 million 32 pixel triangles per second. As for the Xbox controller, it's basically as large as the Dreamcast controller, but different in design and colors. During development of the Xbox, co-creator Seamus Blackley drew some concept Xbox controllers and shared it with the public. And Seamus stated that Microsoft never chose the final version of the controller, so him and his team decided. The development team eventually went with the large, bulky design now widely known as the Duke. Okay, before I list off the games from this console, let's address the software of the original Xbox. The Xbox custom operating system is based on a heavily refined version of Windows 2000. The user interface is called the Xbox Dashboard and features a media player that plays music CDs, and the Xbox can also manage game saves and music in Xbox Live, and lets its users sign in, customize, and manage their accounts. When the player is not watching a movie or playing a game, the user interface shows and has a shade of black and green to keep with the Xbox theme released in 2001. When the Xbox released in 2001, the live service was not functional along with the live settings and network settings submenu. So when the player is not watching a movie or playing a game, the user interface would just show the regular options and not the online ones, and also had a shade of black and green to keep with the Xbox aesthetic of cool and edgy. Xbox Live was first released in November 2002, and users had to buy the Xbox Live starter kit to access it that contained a headset and a subscription. Alright, we finally got the descriptions of the Xbox out of the way, so let's get right to the games. .187, Ride or Die. .2002 FIFA World Cup. 25 to Life. Advent Rising. Aeon Flux. Aggressive Inline. Air Force Delta Storm. Elias.
Intruder!
All-Star Baseball 2003.
A high fly ball to center.
All-Star Baseball 2004.
You end up with a guy standing on second base saying, "Hey, thank you." That pitch popped up.
All-Star Baseball 2005.
Maybe you can get a hit. Rodriguez, first pitch swinging.
America's Army, Rise of a Soldier. American Chopper 2, Full Throttle. AMF Bowling 2004. AMF Extreme Bowling 2006. Amped. Amped 2. AND1 Street Ball.
Let's get this party started.
Animaniacs, The Great Edgar Hunt. Aquaman, Battle for Atlantis. Area 51. Arena Football. Armed and Dangerous. Army Men, Sarge's War. Arx Fatalis. Auto Modelista. Azaric, Rise of Parathia. Barbie Horse Adventures, Wild Horse Rescue.
This is the first place you should look for the missing horses.
The Bard's Tale. Bass Pro Shops, Trophy Bass 2007. Bass Pro Shops, Trophy Hunter 2007. Batman, Dark Tomorrow. Battlefield 2, Modern Combat. Beatdown, Fist of Vengeance. Beyond Good and Evil.
Okay, let's go.
I guess we'd better head straight for the Malago garage.
Bicycle Casino. The Bible Game.
Ink! Come on, just take one more chance. The choice.
Big Mother Truckers. Big Mother Truckers 2. Blackstone, Magic and Steel. Blade 2. Blinks. Blinks 2, Masters of Time and Space. Blitz the Lead.
And the conversion is no.
Bloodwake.
These Jade Kingdom fools need a lesson. Use the radar.
Bloody War Extreme. Blowout. Breakdown. Broken Sword, The Sleeping Dragon. Bruce Lee, Quest of the Dragon. Brute Force.
I hope you can, for his sake.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Chaos Bleeds. Burnout Revenge. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts. Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2. Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. Call of Duty, Finest Hour. Call of Duty 2, Big Red One. Call of Duty 3. Castlevania, Curse of Darkness. Catwoman. Championship Bowling. Chase, Hollywood Stunt Driver. Chicago Enforcer. Chicken Little. Circus Maximus, Chariot Wars. Close Combat, First to Fight. Cold War. Colin McRae Rally, 2005. Combat Task Force 121. Commandos 2, Men of Courage. Conflict, Desert Storm. Conflict, Desert Storm 2, Return to Baghdad. Conflict, Global Terror. Conflict, Vietnam. Conquer, Live and Reloaded. Corvette. Counter-Strike. Crash Nitro Kart. Crash Twin Sanity. Crazy Taxi 3. Crime Life, Gang Wars. Crimson Sea. Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Crusty Demons. Curious George. Curse, The Eye of Isis. Dai Senryaku 7, Modern Military Tactics. Dakar 2, The World's Ultimate Rally. Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix. Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix 2. Dark Watch. Dead Man's Hand. Dead or Alive 3. Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Death Row. Dead to Rights. Def Jam, Fight for New York. Defender.
These captured Manti are trapped.
Delta Force, Black Hawk Down. Deus Ex, Invisible War. Digimon Rumble Arena 2. Digimon World 4. Dino Crisis 3. Dinosaur Hunting. Dinotopia, The Sunstone Odyssey. Doom 3. Dragon's Lair 3D, Return to the Lair. Drake of the 99 Dragons. Dreamfall, The Longest Journey. Dukes of Hazzard, The Return of General Lee. Dungeons and Dragons, Heroes. Dynasty Warriors 3. Dynasty Warriors 5. Enclave. Fable. Fable, The Lost Chapters.
Have a nice visit.
Fallout, Brotherhood of Steel. Far Cry Instincts, Evolution. Fireblade. Forgotten Realms, Demon Stone. Frogger, Ancient Shadow. Future Tactics, The Uprising. Galleon. Gauntlet, Dark Legacy. Genma, Onimusha. Goblin Commander, Unleash the Horde. Godzilla, Destroy All Monsters Melee. GoldenEye, Rogue Agent. Grand Theft Auto 3. Grand Theft Auto, Vice City. Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. Grabbed by the ghoulies. Guilty Gear X2. Gunmetal. Gun Griffin, Allied Strike. Gun Valkyrie. Half-Life 2. Halo, Combat Evolved.
Red team has the flag.
Halo 2. The House of the Dead 3. The Hulk. The Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Indigo Prophecy. Inside Pitch 2003. IndyCar Series 2005. Iron Phoenix. Jade Empire. James Bond 007, Agent Under Fire. James Bond 007, Everything or Nothing. James Bond 007, From Russia with Love. James Bond 007, Nightfire. Jet Set Radio Future. Judge Dredd, Dredd vs. Death. Kakuto Chojin, Back Alley Brutal. Kabuki Warriors. Kill Switch. King of Fighters 02/03. Knight's Apprentice, Memoric's Adventures. Kung Fu Chaos. Legacy of Kain, Defiance. Legends of Wrestling. Legends of Wrestling 2. Loons, The Fight for Fame. Mad Dash Racing. Madden NFL 08.
Number 37 is there for the
Madden NFL 2004.
This one pressure looking downfield, rolling out to his
Magic the Gathering, Battlegrounds.
Raging Goblin.
Malice. Manchester United Manager 2005. Major League Baseball 2K5.
Here's the ball grounded towards the hole.
Mark Echoes getting up. Contents under pressure. The Matrix, Path of Neo. Max Payne. Max Payne 2. Maximum Chase. Mech Assault. Mech Assault 2.
Sir, you're gonna need
Medal of Honor, Rising Sun. Man of Valor. Metal Arms, Glitch in the System. Metal Dungeon. Midnight Club 2. Midtown Madness 3. MotoGP. MotoGP 3. Murakumo, Renegade Mech Pursuit. MVP Baseball 2003.
The World Series MVP. Hit to left field. It falls in for a hit. He's on his way to
MX Superfly. Miss 3 Exile. Miss 4 Revelation. Narc. NASCAR Thunder 2002. NBA 2K2.
The Sixers control the opening tip, and Rod, everyone knows about Allen Iverson and the offense he can create.
NBA Ballers, Phenom. NBA Inside Drive 2003. NBA Inside Drive 2004.
passes cross court.
NCAA Football 2003.
Number 92 brings him down at the 29. He dove for that one.
You know, guys, that takes a lot of concentration to stretch.
NCAA March Madness 2004.
Passes the rock. Great anticipation. That's quick court savvy to get it away with that pass.
New Legends. NFL 2K3. NFL Fever 2002.
Is the runner. The 49ers limited the ball carrier to a short game.
NFL Fever 2003. NFL Fever 2004. Nickelodeon Party Blast. Nightcaster. Nightcaster 2, Equinox. Ninja Gaiden. Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey. Oddworld, Stranger's Wrath. Operation Flashpoint, Elite. Otogi, Myth of Demons. Otogi 2, Immortal Warriors. Outlaw Golf. Outlaw Golf 2. Outlaw Golf, 9 Holes of Xmas. Outlaw Golf, Holiday Golf.
Gotta like that.
Outrun 2. Painkiller, Hell Wars. Panzer Dragoon Order. Pariah. Phantom Crash. Phantom Dust. Pirates, The Legend of Black Cat. Pitfall, The Last Expedition. Playboy, The Mansion. Pocket Bite Racer. Predator, Concrete Jungle.
Kill it.
Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time. Prince of Persia, The Two Thrones. Procast Sports Fishing. Pro Fishing Challenge. Pro Race Driver. Project Gotham Racing. Project Gotham Racing 2. Pump It Up, Exceed. Pro Stroke Golf, World Tour 2007. Psychonauts. Pure Pinball. Quantum Redshift. Rally Sport Challenge. Rally Sport Challenge 2. Rally Fusion, Race of Champions. Raises Hell. Rain of Fire. RLH, Run Like Hell. Roadkill. RoboCop.
Grab munition.
Robotech Battle Cry, Robotech Invasion, Rocky Legends, Samurai Showdown 5, Scalar, Scooby-Doo Knights of 100 Frights, Scooby-Doo Mystery Mayhem, American McGee presents Scrapeland, Seablade, Shamu's Deep Sea Adventures, SeaWorld, Sega GT 2002, Sega Soccer Slam, Serious Sam,
Yeah, baby.
Serious Sam 2, Shadow the Hedgehog, Shenmue 2, Showdown, Legends of Wrestling,
Right jab. Ow! That'll get your attention.
Sneakers, Sonic Heroes,
I'm falling!
Whoa!
Sonic Riders, Soul Calibur 2, Spartan, Total Warrior, Spawn, Armageddon, Speed Kings, Spike Out, Battle Street, Splashdown,
Good.
SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, Spy vs. Spy, Stacked with Daniel Negreanu, Stake, Fortune Fighters, Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Star Wars Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront 2, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, Star Wars, Obi-Wan,
Last hit.
Star Wars, Republic Commando, Star Wars, The Clone Wars, Starsky and Hutch, Steel Battalion, Still Life, Sudeki, Superman, the Man of Steel, SWAT, Global Strike Team,
SWAT, hands in the air! SWAT, hands in the air! SWAT, drop your weapon!
SX Superstar, Tao Fang, Fists of the Lotus, TMNT, Mutant Melee, Tenchu, Return from Darkness, Test Drive, Thrillville, The Nightmare Before Christmas, Boogie's Revenge, Toe Jam and Earl 3, Mission to Earth,
delicious.
Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory, Tomb Raider, Legend, Tony Hawk's Underground, Tony Hawk's Underground 2, Top Gear RPM Tuning, Torque, Prehistoric Punk, Total Overdose, Totaled, Toxic Grind, Triggerman, Turok, Evolution, UFC, Tap Out, UFC, Tap Out 2, Ultimate Beach Soccer,
Great reflexes.
Unreal Championship, Unreal Championship 2, The Leandry Conflict, Unreal 2, The Awakening, V-Rally 3, Viet Cong, Purple Haze, Volvo, Drive for Life, Voodoo Vent, Wakeboarding Unleashed, featuring Sean Murray, Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, Warpath, Whacked, Wideout, World War II Combat, Iwo Jima, World War II Combat, Road to Berlin, WTA Tour Tennis, WWE Raw 2, WWF Raw, X-Men Next Dimension, Zionine, Jaeger, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Dawn of Destiny. The original Xbox was an attempt for Microsoft to enter the gaming console wars with PlayStation, Nintendo, and Sega. It paid off for them as they created a great lineup of game releases for the original Xbox's short time span before Microsoft moved on to their peak console, which is the Xbox 360. I feel like the original Xbox and the Xbox 360 were the peak of the Xbox brand, and much creatively was expressed. With the eras of every console, the games that come out on them reflect the style and aesthetic of that console when it launches and its entire lifespan. When it comes to the games that came out on the original Xbox, they reflected the cool and edgy feel of what the Xbox was portraying. The green and black colors really helped make colors pop on the cover arts of different game titles that intrigue gamers into buying them. As we bring this video to a close, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video, and drop a comment below to list your favorite original Xbox game. Remember to keep your chill rate 100, and see you in the next video.